Jeff McLane of the Philadelphia Inquirer here on the show. So when you seek an outside opinion, though, that kind of can be construed, and I know that there's already talk in your area on airwaves right now as this is breaking, that there's a level of trust potentially between Wentz and the Eagles that has been breached. Would you say that that's a fair and accurate assessment or unfair?
I would say right now it's unfair. He has not said as much. Again, we're obviously waiting for him to talk publicly. But what I will say is that the Eagles went out this offseason and changed their medical staff. Their top two doctors were fired. This is after they won a Super Bowl, mind you. Top two doctors were fired. No explanation was given, and they hired a new staff. Most of the guys were new. Guys who also work with the Sixers, the top two doctors there. And since then, we've just seen a lot of irregularities, abnormalities when it comes to the medical staff. When it comes to the injuries, Eagles have had a lot of them. Certainly, a lot of them were just bad luck. But with soft tissue injuries, for instance, they've had a number of them. Some of them weird. Darren Sproles was out for 11 weeks, had 2 reoccurrences of a hamstring strain. Sidney Jones right now has had 2 reoccurrences of a hamstring strain. They misdiagnosed Jay Ajayi when he tore his ACL. They put him back out there with a knee brace, and then later on we found out he tore his ACL. Some of the recoveries have taken longer than usual. Chris Maragos has torn ligaments, but typically the injury takes about a year. He's still out with no signs of him ever coming back at all this season. So there's been questions raised, and then on top of that, there's a bunch of players that are not using the doctors. They're going back to some of the old going back to one of the old doctors that they've had.
No kidding.
And while that isn't always strange, because a lot of times guys do seek, outside opinion, or they do seek outside treatment, it seems like this is happening more than ever.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.